Hello everyone, it's the Twins of Destruction, and today we are going to be reviewing the final Assassin's Creed Origins DLC, The Curse of the Pharaohs. If I sound sick in this video, it's because I am overcoming a cold, so I'm sorry about that. But before we continue, we wanted to say that we have social media accounts. We will put these on screen, as well as linked in the description down below. Before you start this DLC, I would recommend doing the free mission that takes place before the DLC. It is centered around the Isu site in the bottom of the map in the Desert Desert. Once you arrive, you are greeted by undead jackal-like soldiers and what seemed to be a mini storm of sorts with lightning flashing between the structure. I found this part to be super cool. It was the first time they really acknowledged the Isu sites, and Bayek actually says, quote, "This was not like this when I last came. It is the light I saw in Siwa." You then encounter a person inside who is treasure hunting, and learned that he took a piece from a mantle in the temple. The piece looked sort of like a silica shard, but larger. At least that's what it reminded me of, and had what looks like Piece of Eden lines glowing on it. The story behind the curse is that there was an artifact in Thebes that was stolen from one of the tombs in the Valley of Kings. It would reportedly raise the dead and terrorize the citizens. Once you get to Thebes, you're immediately introduced to one of the pharaohs, and Bayek sets off to right whatever is wrong. Throughout the DLC, Bayek gets to travel through a sprawling city of Thebes with a city, forest, swamp area, desert, and the main part, which is the Valley of Kings. The missions will revolve around the Valley of Kings, in which Bayek will travel up to 4 afterlives of the ancient pharaohs Nefertiti, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, and Ramesses II. Each of the afterlives are absolutely gorgeous, and the 4 realms are as follows: Araru, Aten, Duat, and Hebsed. In each realm, there will be one side mission to complete, as well as treasure to loot and quote-unquote myths of the Pharoahs to find, which are basically like papyrus riddles that you collect in the base game. The enemies in the realms you encounter will be jackal soldiers. The jackals even have a leader, seen here, who is able to resurrect the dead, so it is advised that you go after him first. And scorpions. As well as regular human NPCs, there will be NPCs known as Ba birds. In Egyptian mythology, they were thought to have been one of 5 parts of the human soul. You do have a mount in the afterlife, and its name is Eternal Maw. It is honestly one of the coolest looking horses in the game, and is accessible for the real world once you beat all the afterlives in the stables near the Valley of Kings.
All right then. Always a pleasure.
The map of Thebes is actually really large, being about 3,600 meters from top to bottom, with the afterlife realm's size being as follows. Aaru is about 800 meters. Aten is about 800 meters, the Duat is about 900 meters, and Hebsed is about 1,000 meters. Each realm, like I had said previously, is very gorgeous and very fun to walk through and just experience, considering how much detail they put inside for not only just people walking around, like in the Duat, where they even reference passing on into the afterlife, or Aaru, where one of the missions actually revolves around finding a loved one and returning her to her husband. With this DLC, they actually added a new ability, well, a couple new abilities, but the only one I really care about is called Favor of Osiris, and that allows you to regain equipment such as arrows and tools in the afterlife. This really helps because as you're in the afterlife, it's kind of sparse on where you can find equipment, considering how large it is. Like in Aaru, there is one central area and then boats that float around. So if you're not around them, it's kind of complicated to find locations to refill your supplies. So it just helps in the end of things. Overall, the quests, whether it be side or main, are very inviting, with personal stories put into each one. As I had mentioned before, the main story revolves around resurrected pharaohs and a piece of Eden. That piece of Eden is in fact an apple of Eden, and that was actually revealed in a trailer.
A relic was stolen from an unknown pharaoh's tomb.
So it's not much of a spoiler. Bayek must track down the secret history of the pharaohs and their interactions with the ancient artifact. To complete each realm, Bayek must fight all 4 pharaohs in combat. In doing so, you get their weapons as rewards. Overall, me and my brother really did enjoy this DLC, but in our honest opinion, the ending was a little lackluster, with it just kind of ending. No credits or anything. And to be honest, Ramesses' realm is almost pointless. Not to say that you shouldn't do it or shouldn't enjoy it, but just being honest, if you don't play it, you're not going to miss out on any story aspects. As weird as that was to me and my brother, it was still incredibly enjoyable, with incredible new areas to explore, enemies to fight, and secrets to uncover and speculate about. I'm trying to avoid spoilers for this review so you guys can play it for yourself and figure out all about the cool details and Easter eggs. We will be making an analysis of the DLC, Easter eggs, and secrets, so don't worry about that, because there's a lot more to talk about, like this very interesting code, puzzle, language thing that has led me down a very deep rabbit hole of speculation that I'm afraid I won't be able to climb out of anytime soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really hope you enjoy, and we will see you in the next video.